Hello, my name is Adonis and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing what I secretly want to tell you for all of my Taurus out there. So let's get after it. Alright. Sun, rising Venus in Jupiter. Sun, Moon, 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 rising Venus in Jupiter. Show me the cards I need to see. Show me the cards that I need to see. What do they secretly want to tell my Tauruses out there? What do they secretly want to tell all of my Tauruses out there? Show me the cards that I need to see. Okay, here we go. Okay, so right from the start here, we have the Sun card, okay? A sense of happiness, a sense of well-being, if you will, material happiness and mental and emotional well-being, if you will, okay? That's what kind of feeling that you elicit that they elicit from you, okay? You bring this person happiness, well-being, and overall sense of calmness. Also, okay, we have here with the Six of Swords, this is a situation in which, again, we're talking about mental and emotional mindset. You bring a sense of calmness and serenity into their life, okay? So, you know, when everything is going crazy around them, okay, you bring them a sense of levity and you bring things down to earth for them, okay? So that's what's going on there with that, all right? And also, you know, good things abound. The wheel of fortune is definitely on their side. You're beginning to kind of notice them. You're really beginning to pay attention to them, if you will, and kind of giving them a little bit of attention. And that little bit of attention is really going a long way. All right. We have the Chariot card here, okay, which represents someone that is really taking control of a situation, if you will, and they've really decided to really jump to the forefront of this thing, with how they feel about you, and they're really actively letting it be known. You know, before maybe it was just kind of like tepid things here, there, and there was like just an overall understanding that there was something going on, but you really didn't know how deeply this person felt for you. They've decided to kind of ratchet it up quite a bit, okay? And they're really letting it be known with the Chariot card, really kind of moving things in the direction that they want them to go into, okay? Now, with that being the case, there's a sense of them feeling like their hands are tied behind their back. Why? Because they feel like they're getting a little bit of penetration, but they don't exactly know how much penetration they're actually going to get, that they're really getting. And that's a little bit bothersome and has them feeling like they're a little bit of restraint, if you will, because they don't have any barometer. So, you know, for example, they don't know if their advances are being accepted and appreciated. Or it could be the opposite responses where these things are kind of being rejected, but you're just kind of being nice, you know? So they're really not sure where the barometer is falling when it comes to that. And also there's this feeling of Five of Pentacles being left out in the cold, where you're like, you know, it's just like things but no things. There's a fear of that, okay? And finally here we have the Knight of Swords, representing a situation in which a person just moves reckless. You know, I feel like, you know, if things don't, you know, again, the wheel of fortune is beginning to turn in their favor. And if you're interested, maybe you kind of should have let them. You should let them know at this point, because they're about to ratchet it up, like to elicit some kind of response either way. Which is like I said before, which is the Knight of Swords energy, which is a very rapidly fast, passionate, moving energy that has a tendency to cut things out. So what they're going to start doing is, okay, rule things out quickly. If they feel as though they're getting traction, okay, that worked, let me do more of that. If it didn't work, let me do more of this. So there's going to be like this polar shift and swing whereas though they can elicit a reaction, if you will, to kind of give them a barometer, if you will. Okay, this is working, this is not working, and they're really going to start ratcheting it up quite a bit to kind of give them a beat of where exactly they are on the scale of your interest in them. Okay, so that's what's going on with that. Okay, so with that being the case here, now let us see what are the potential blockages that we could potentially be dealing with here. What are the potential blockages you guys could potentially dealing with it? What are the potential blockages that you guys could potentially be dealing with here? One more shuffle. There you go. Okay, so right off the bat we have the Empress card, which means representing material abundance, happiness, also fertility. So right now, of course, there's this aspect either of you not exactly wanting children right now, and or that simply not being something that you've given a lot of thought to. Now I'm getting a sense here that having children is something that's very much on this person's mind, okay? But it may not necessarily be in your wheelhouse, if you will. Okay, so it may be something that you haven't even thought about, or something that you're kind of like, you're not interested in anytime soon. Okay, so I'm really feeling that. Also, we had the Five of Pentacles here, the fear of being left out in the cold as a blockage. Okay, and that's why the person is going to kind of start ratcheting it up a little bit, because they need to get a barometer. They need to know either way if their efforts are really having any effect. Also, we have the Page of Swords here, representing a situation in which usually immature naivete. I'm getting the sense here this is a bit of naiveness. This is like a first here. This person is a little bit naive about what's going on here. Again, I'm not feeling like this is. I guess you could say it's a little bit immature. If a person doesn't get a response right away, they kind of ratchet it up. But it's also a bit of naivete too. They've never really been through anything like this before. They've never really felt this way, and so they're they're just kind of feeling their way through this. We got the Magician card here. Okay, representing a situation which someone is trying to assert their will, if you will, to try to obtain a certain type of outcome. This is the blockage here. So again, as I said before, since there's no real barometer, they're putting they're actively doing this instead of realizing that, hey, there's a mental or psychological connection here. You don't always have to act and do something. You can put that thought out there in the universe, and the universe will kind of make a way for these things to happen. Now, it works best if you put the intention out there and you actually create a venue for these things to prosper. Both those things working together will give you a really definitive result. So it's kind of like a situation where they say perception without power is useless. Just like power without perception is useless. Okay? Both are the ideal situation. So right now, they're just putting things into action. That's what they're putting into action. But the intent, that's where that uncertainty is coming in right there. Also, we have the Fool card. We'll be willing to take a leap of faith, throwing it all out there. Now, I did say they were beginning to ratchet it up. Okay, and so they are about to take that leap of faith. And so, with that being in mind, I'm going to correct myself. This is not so much being a leap of faith towards the thing. This may be a leap. The fact that they're willing, they're putting it all out there. Okay, I'm feeling like this may not exactly be the right time for them to do that because they're not getting eliciting a response from you. That's why I said if you're interested in this individual, you may want to say something, because they're about to crank that baby up, you know, and floor it and see where it takes them, okay? And so, you know, if they're making any kind of inroads at all, it would behoove you to let them know, okay? In addition here, like I said, we put now, again, 3 of Wands. Now, this is I feel like this energy is that this is not the only person, you know, that is interested in you, of course, and you have options, okay? You're kind of waiting to see what kind of things come over the horizon. So the reason why that can possibly be seen as a blockage is because there's other people that are in this scenario as well. And finally, we have the Knight of Pentacles. And so, you know, like I said, with the 3 of Wands, you're kind of waiting to see what kind of things come over the horizon. You're kind of taking your time. You're kind of feeling your way through it. With the Knight of Pentacles energy, you know, that's what you're doing. You're kind of waiting your time. You know, Knight of Pentacles is more methodical, more strategic. You're kind of waiting to see how things go. In the meantime, this individual is kind of getting a little bit impatient because they're not really seeing if they're making any kind of progress. So, again, that could potentially be a blockage, which is going to kind of make them ratchet it up a bit. So, that's what's going on with that situation. So with that being said, let's see what additional information Spirit wants to give before I shut the thing down. What additional information does Spirit want to give before I shut this thing down? What additional information Spirit wants to give before I shut this thing down? So, fortitude. Continue to move forward. Keep persevering, moving forward. Okay? Also, you're ready, but you're waiting. And they're ready too. So you're ready to really be in a committed, full-throated, full-bodied relationship. But you're kind of waiting to see how things kind of play themselves out, okay? And that's pretty obvious about what's going on as I was going through the reading and the feelings I was getting off of the cards. But again, you know, potential here. There is potential for things to really be something meaningful. Okay, there's a lot of potential here. All right, and so, you know, don't sleep on this, because this is a good thing here, and you may be, you know, this could, you know, your search could definitely be over here with this situation. All right, so with that being said, I'm going to shut this thing down now. This is a general love reading. It may not resonate with everyone, but if it does resonate with you and you want to know more about this particular situation, again, the link will be below. Make sure you get yourself a personal reading. If it doesn't resonate with you and you want to know more about your particular situation, again, the link will be below. Make sure you get yourself a personal reading. And guys, if you have not already, please please subscribe, and absolutely, you know, tell your friends about me, you know, and kind of really help me get the word out there about the channel. So thank you so much for you guys who already subscribed to me, and if you haven't, make sure you subscribe, okay? I love you guys. My name is Adonis, and I will absolutely positively see you next time, all right? Bye-bye.